Hello everyone, and welcome to this week's It's Elementary STEM Craft with the Eaton Public Library. Today, I'm going to be showing you how to make a launching mechanism. Now, this is a mechanism that we don't want to aim at people or animals or anything that might be breakable, because our parents won't forgive us. But if you do it right, you can actually launch a cork. Let's go ahead and get started. For today's project, you're going to need some craft sticks, a rubber band, some half-inch cubes, some masking tape, this is optional, a cork or something similar that you can launch, and some glue. You can also use masking tape, or you can use hot glue. I'm going to use the hot glue today. In order to do this project, you're going to want to start with your craft sticks. You're going to need 6 of them. Now there's many different ways to make this project, but we're going to start by connecting 3 of our craft sticks together to form a stair-step ladder shape. As you can see, 1, 2, 3. I'm going to make 2 of these. If you're using tacky glue or something similar, make sure you give it time to dry. Alright, so as you can see, these 2 stair steps are identical. That's what we want. Making sure that they are ratcheted in the same direction. Ooh, there we go. Ratcheted in the same direction. There we go. Next, we're going to add our cubes. These are what are going to allow us to actually have structure to our launcher. Put 1 cube up at the front of your design and glue it in place. You might notice I put it a little bit further back inside from the end of the popsicle stick. That was intentional. I want to make sure that I'm gluing these so that the stair steps, if the popsicles are on top, so if the cube is on top, the popsicles are going upward. This is going to be the base of my design. I'm going to add another 2 back here, making sure that they are behind this point. And my design snaps, so I'm going to add a little bit more glue up there. Put that back in place. Now, I'm going to wait for this to dry. With the hot glue, I can more or less go ahead immediately. If you're using the tacky glue, give it some time. I'm going to take some more of the glue and put it on top of each of my wooden blocks. I'm going to make sure that this one is put in the same way, with the stair steps going upward, and match it directly on top of the previous set of cubes. There we are. Again, if you're using tacky glue, you're going to have to wait for this to dry. This is where you take your clothespin. Make sure that your stair steps are going upward and add your clothespin here. Just go ahead and glue it in place. If you're using tape, you could also tape it in place by wrapping tape around the bottom of the handle. Go ahead and glue that in place and let it dry. Take your rubber band, slip it over the front of your design, and pull it back so it catches inside your clothespin. There's one thing to know, that if you simply launch this from here, your rubber band's going to go flying. That's why we want a little bit of masking tape. I'm going to take the masking tape and use it to affix your rubber band to the front of your design, so that your rubber band is retained every time you fire. Finally, you need something to launch. If you picked up the library craft kit, you already have a small piece of cork. If, however, you have a larger piece of cork, just go ahead and use a knife or a utility scissors and cut it down. Load your launcher and fire. As always, make sure you're pointing this away from any people or any animals before you launch. Play with your design and see if you can come up with something different. If you want to, you can elaborate on the design and make it look pretty fancy. So that's it. Make a three-piece launcher, make a 4-piece launcher, make a simultaneous launcher. See what you can come up with and let the library know. Thanks for joining us for Kidscraft.